Listen carefully to how he responds to this.
And sees Maduro was unconstitutional and threatens to drag Americans into a war they never voted for. What does the president mean when he says the United States will, quote, run Venezuela for years? When he says, quote, Venezuela now has the United States of America, the most powerful military in the world by far, to protect them, and protect them we will. It sounds like another forever war. Lieutenant General Donovan, you are nominated to lead Southern Command, which would make you the commander responsible for any future military actions in Venezuela. You won't make policy decisions, but service members will count on you to ensure that they are not asked to engage in military operations that are not legal. Now, according to press reports, your predecessor had serious concerns about illegal orders. That was not the case with these strikes. General Donovan, is it sedition for someone in the military to question whether an order is legal?
Senator, in my 37 years of experience, received many orders over time, and when I ever have faced a situation where I need to seek clarity, I ask our headquarters to clarify the task. Then I come back and work on that with legal advisors, the core staff, the subordinate commanders, senior enlisted leaders, and then present my thoughts to higher headquarters for their consideration.
So I think what you're telling me is you have questioned whether an order is legal. Is that right?
Senator, I did not. What I believe I'm focused on here is that the legality of the order. We face orders. We carry out missions. And so in that planning process, we look at all aspects of each mission, each task, each order to ensure that we're structuring the command, the force, the unit to achieve the objective.
I appreciate that, General, but that's the question I'm trying to ask is it sedition for someone in the military to question whether an order is legal? And I thought I just heard you say that you had actually questioned orders and whether they were legal, and you sought advice. So I will ask it one more time. Is it sedition to question whether an order is legal?
This is one of these gotcha moments that generally never really turn out how the person attempting to catch someone thinks it's going to turn out here. So we're definitely encountering two separate issues here. The whole Venezuela issue, okay. And then the idea of military sedition, or sedition specifically coming from the military. And obviously here under the UCMJ Article 94, they speak of sedition specifically there, where the military is attempting to take complete authority and just rid civilian insight, basic. Now, also Venezuela, that's a tricky one here because, guys, what type of forever war are we talking about in terms of Venezuela? I mean, the war within Venezuela was Maduro versus his people, right? Then obviously the other individuals that surrounded Maduro that also felt the same way kind of regarding the people and how to milk them for as much money as humanly possible, while also pushing narcotics to the other neighboring states within the region here. There is really no forever war, but it would be absolutely amazing specifically here to rid our hemisphere of narcotics.
Senator, I would not use the term sedition. I use the term basically our good order and discipline, how we approach any situation where we have to accomplish a mission and provide the best capability for the task at hand.
I'm sorry, I still can't understand your answer here. I'm just asking a very straightforward question. You tell me you have questioned orders in the past about their legality. Is that right?
Senator, I have questioned orders when either one, I didn't understand, I wasn't equipped to carry them out, and I needed clarity before I can actually execute those orders. That's
but you've never questioned whether an order was legal. You've never wondered whether or not an order is legal and sought additional counsel on that?
But he still did his job, though, right?
Senator, in our planning processes, I always have a legal advisor at my side as part of the planning process. So I always have leveraged those legal advisors to give me the best answer. In the end, I'm responsible for the final decision to carry out or not carry out the order.
I will stop playing dodgeball here. You know, I thought that was going to be the easy question leading to harder questions. Back in 2016, Secretary Hegseth was very clear that service members have a duty not to follow illegal orders. Since then, he has repeatedly made clear his contempt for legal review, including by sidelining military legal advisors, the people who are supposed to help you stay on the right side of the law. And what I wanted to know is how you look at those issues. So let me try a different version of the question. General Donovan, if your legal advisor tells you that an order is illegal, will you refuse to carry out that order?
Senator, the legal advisor is one of many staff members that will provide their advice as we look at the scenario, the situation at hand. I will take that very seriously if my legal advisor says that is an illegal order, and I will seek clarification from higher headquarters.
Okay.
That's fair.
And if somebody higher says no, what are you going to do at that point?
Senator, then I make a decision using 37 years experience to carry out that order or not.
Okay, but your intention is not to carry out an illegal order?
Guys, all she's trying to do here is create a narrative. And the narrative is Trump is doing all this illegality, so we need to do something specifically kind of about this here. And the military should basically have nothing to do with what he has to say and all to do with what we have to say. Basically, completely subverting the overall chain of command here and just exclusively going towards the civilians are saying this here, and it's not all civilians. Understand this here. She does not represent all civilians. She represents those who are, in kind, let's say, to her mentally. And I think that's the overall bigger issue in terms of like the partisanness, let's say, that we're kind of experiencing right now. Like, I mean, listen, guys, we need to go back to the idea of like one America, if that makes any sense here. Not like these two separate arguing things here. Like, guys, do the military specifically need to have checks and balances? Definitely, in fact, here, because we do not live in a military state here, guys. Like, I've been to some countries where the military basically are running things, and I can be honest here, they're not the best with the rights of the people here, okay? So I do like the system that we're definitely in here. There definitely needs to be checks and balances. The military should definitely be taking command, like in the most legal way humanly possible, so we don't slip into some type of, I don't know, bro, outrageous, weird occurrence of the Insurrection Act, let's say this year. We don't need these things, okay? But I think that he answered this well here. I think Elizabeth Warren tried to basically trap him consistently, and he, through his words, a soldier, through his words, okay, we're able to completely kind of get out of this thing here, and I respect that thoroughly here, bro. 100% here. Of course, if there is something illegal and there are checks and balances, there are people around that can definitely give some like insight on the legality of some of the things that he's being commanded to do. Good, right? I mean, understand, a soldier's a soldier, guys, right? They have to be able to kind of take commands here, but obviously if the command itself is an illegal one, then that's a little bit questionable. And it seemed like all she really wanted to do was score brownie points for her side here, guys. This wasn't even like the best of the best conversations here, bros, right? But we're here for it. Listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly. I'll go ahead and catch you guys in the next one. If you guys are new here, please like and subscribe. And in the meantime, I'll go ahead and catch you guys later.